You, yes, you, that's right, you, watching this video. Imagine if we were friends. Just imagine for a second. I know I'm very unlikable, just imagine if we were friends. But imagine if we were friends. And I came up to you and I said, hey friend, I have an idea for a video game. Your ears perk up and you say, what is the idea for your game, Rando? I say, well, it's a game that takes place in World War II. An evil Nazi scientist resurrects the undead with an ancient artifact. It's up to you and four other characters to take down this evil scientist and stop this undead threat once and for all. With a pep in your step, a gleam in your eye, you look at me dead in the face and say, that game already exists. It's called World at War Zombies. That's right, today we're covering the infamous Call of Duty World War II Zombies. Oh boy, what can I say about this game that hasn't already been said? It's a very frustrating and a very flawed experience. And honestly, it's something that's already been done before. World at War Zombies. It's just a baffling way to kind of reintroduce the zombies mode. This game was to quote-unquote make zombies scary again. But it doesn't really do that. It just kind of feels like a cheap knockoff of what came before it. Instead of Element 115, it's the Sword of Barbossa. Instead of zombies being controlled by the Ether or by Samantha, they're controlled by a dude named Dr. Straub? Strauss? Strobe? I don't know. And then, instead of the zombies being mindless machines, or mindless animals rather, they're intelligent and can speak? I don't know. But anyways, let's jump into this review of probably the most hated Call of Duty, the most hated zombies mode outside of Vanguard, that is. Let's dive deep into the review of Call of Duty World War II Nazi Zombies. Roll the intro. Alright, before I get into this review, I just want to say that I genuinely wanted to make this like an hour-long review. I wanted to get this one and done, just get it over with, done with. But here's the reality of the situation. I do not have the mental capacity for that. This game is terrible, and when I mean terrible, I mean terrible. It's not good. It's bad. But before I get into the massive criticisms of the game, I just want to bring up the fact that they did do something right here. Because the zombies in this game are, well, you know.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
That is one thing I will genuinely give this game credit on. The zombies are genuinely terrifying. The dead eyes that they have, the fact that they look blind, the fact that their mouths are gaping wide open like they have no control over them is terrifying. And they feel like mindless, hungry monsters. You know, except for the whole speaking thing, which I don't really understand that choice, but I'm not a game developer, so maybe there was some intention behind it. But they still are the most terrifying zombies that we have ever gotten. In a game that wants to, quote, make zombies scary again, that's a good thing. But it's just never really capitalized upon. Sure, there's jump scares in this game, but none of them make you really want to scream or pee your pants. It's just more frustrating than anything else. And ultimately, that's this game's biggest problem. It's frustrating. More than anything. More than it is scary. More than it is fun. More than it is enjoyable. More than it is boring. It's frustrating. And it doesn't help that the zombies' AI in this game is quite flawed. In case you haven't noticed by the game footage in front of you right now, their hit detection is pretty terrible. A lot of the things that you see me do, getting right up on the zombies or running past them like this, would be genuinely impossible in a Treyarch game without being hit 2 or 3 times. Sometimes it's even impossible in a Treyarch game without going down. And that might sound like, hey, why wouldn't the zombie hit detection be like that in every game? That seems like a good thing. No, it's really not. Because the fear that I've already talked about in these zombies, the way that they look, that has been ruined by their hit detection. They don't feel like a threat. They're easy to get around. They're easy to run around. And it's just, it takes away the fear factor that the zombies are supposed to have. Which is why this game doesn't feel like it's trying to make zombies scary again. It just feels, again, like a cheap Treyarch knockoff. Which kind of is what it is. Because everything can be traced back to World at War Zombies. They're just telling it in a slightly different way. In a quote-unquote more grounded way. Although it's not very grounded. We'll get to that in the next episode. But with that all out of the way, let's talk about the quote-unquote boss zombies in this game. As you can see, I just fended off against some armless zombies. These are what's known as the pests. These are the versions of this game's Hellhound. And, yeah, they're, kind of annoying, not really all that scary, but I don't even know how to describe them. They're not a very good, quote-unquote, boss zombie. They have less HP than a Hellhound, and they do way less damage than a Hellhound. I get it. They wanted to make this game more grounded. And again, we'll get to that part in the next episode. But they wanted to make this game more grounded, so they replaced the Hellhounds with these pests. And they show up in every single map. They're not particularly hard to kill, even on higher rounds, and they're more of a nuisance than anything else. And the fact is, they start showing up right after their initial round, which is, of course, round 5, just like the Hellhounds. And then they just kind of start showing up out of nowhere, and I might like these boss zombies a little bit better if they weren't designated to every single map, like they are in this game. And that also wouldn't be a bad thing if you literally didn't fight every single boss zombie that there is on this game on every single map. That's right, the pests aren't the only boss zombies on this level. You fight every boss zombie on this level, and every subsequent level going forward. Yep, that's the kind of game that you're dealing with. No gradual step to see what kind of boss zombies lie ahead. It just throws everything at you at once. Hey, I almost forgot. The map that you're seeing right now is a map called the Final Reich, the very first map on the game. And it's fine, I guess. The biggest problem I have with this map is the same problem that I have with the Outbreak maps on Cold War. It doesn't really look like a zombie apocalypse took place here. Sure, there's broken windows and there's fires in places, which is always nice, but I mean, does this really look like a zombie apocalypse took place here? No, it doesn't. It just looks like an abandoned town from World War II. I mean, I get it. The game is called World War II Zombies. They want to give a World War II aesthetic, but at the same time, why make your maps look like this? Why make them look so calm and peaceful? It doesn't look like anyone died here. It doesn't look like these zombies tore apart anybody. It just is a little quiet, peaceful, abandoned town with zombies thrown in it. And it's... I don't know. I don't like that. I didn't like it in Cold War Outbreak, and I don't like it here. If you're gonna try to convince me that zombies have taken over a place, then show me that through visual storytelling. Show fires, show dead bodies, show the zombies feasting on people. Something. But there's none of that. It's just a little, quiet, peaceful, abandoned town with zombies thrown in the mix. Scary zombies, mind you, but zombies nonetheless. So it's just... I don't even know, it's frustrating. But enough about the maps itself, let's get into the boss zombies. And unlike the game, I'm going to gradually show you these boss zombies, not just throw them all at you at once. So each part, or each map that we show, I will be showing you a different boss zombie. The first zombie that we're going to be talking about is the Warhead Zombie. Don't ask me their name because I have no idea. This zombie is a very unique zombie. It's pretty much two zombies in one. As you can see, it's a zombie that one head starts to run at you, and one head holds something that looks like a nuclear warhead, like a big old bomb. It's not particularly hard to kill these zombies, but if you do get too close to them, it can be pretty devastating. And honestly, that's all I really have to say about this map. Yes, you can turn on the power, yes, you can get into the lower level, but the lower level doesn't really add anything to the map, unless you want to do the Easter egg. And as I said in my Black Ops 3 video, this is not an Easter egg guide. There are plenty of those out there. This is simply just my whole opinion on the matter. So, with all that out of the way, let's get into the game's next map, the Darkest Shore. Ah, yes, the Darkest Shore. Many people's least favorite map on this game. Whenever you hear criticism of World War II Zombies, you're definitely going to hear people talk about the Darkest Shore. It's the map that people like to criticize the most about this game. But here's the thing. I honestly think that this is the best map on the game. Many people criticize it for a map that, well, it doesn't look like anybody would live here. It doesn't look like anybody was supposed to be here. That's the point of the entire map. The map is not a city. It's not an island getaway. It's a frickin' war bunker. Something I absolutely adore about this map is this map actually has a round zero. That's right, when all the zombies are coming out of the water, this is not round one. This is round zero. It's very similar to that round on Moon when you're at Area 51. That could be considered a round zero. But Moon does it a lot worse than this game, because depending on how long you stay in Area 51, the zombies become fast and very aggressive. Even hellhounds spawned in. But this round zero is different. The zombies simply spawn out of the water, and you're meant to kill them until wave 1 hits. And the points that it gives you are very minimal. It's only 5 points per zombie, which is annoying, but it makes sense. These are much weaker zombies on a very, very low round, so it kind of balances itself out. And of course, once round 0 is over, it goes into round 1, and each zombie gives you 10 points for each shot that you land on them. All in all, I think that this is actually a pretty good map. There's really nothing wrong with it. I enjoy it. And something really, really, really cool about it is if you go over into this little corner over here and look, you can actually see Dr. Strauss. And he's watching you the entire time. He's still there seeing everything that you're doing, safe from the zombies. It gives this element of you're never alone. Well, obviously you're never alone because of the zombies, but there's always someone watching you. And it's genuinely a cool feature to the map. I love it so much. So honestly, why is this map criticized so... Oh, yeah, right, the fog. The fog is easily the worst feature on this map. It turns one of the greatest maps on the game to one of the worst maps on the game. And honestly, I know for a fact this is where most of the disdain for the map comes from, is this frickin' fog. This fog spawns in around, I don't know, every 7 rounds or so, and it's completely disorienting. Not only to you, but to the AI of the zombies. And honestly, I don't know if it's just because the AI zombies are so poor in this game, or if they genuinely programmed it to where the zombies get confused when the fog spawns in. If the hit ratio or hit forgiveness wasn't so bad in this game, then I would say, then yes, it's the zombies AI getting confused by the fog. But I genuinely don't know because the zombies AI is just, again, so poor in this game. It's just not a good feature to have in such a good map. This map could be the greatest zombies map ever, but that damn fog ruins it. And not to mention, this fog only spawns in for one reason. For this ugly mother, father, sister, brother. That's right, this is the map's dedicated boss zombie. I don't know what it's called. All I know is that it spawns in whenever the fog spawns in. Except no, not really, because on round 7, it's too early of a round for this thing to even spawn in. So what's the point in the fog? I genuinely don't know. It seems like it spawns in every time the fog spawns in, but at the same time, it doesn't spawn in on round 7, so what the heck? It's not even worth to talk about because of how randomly it spawns in. It's just not a very good feature. So let's talk about the next boss zombie, which is this game's version of the Mangler. And for easy sake, I'm just gonna call it the Mangler. I really like the design of the Mangler in this game. However, the AI is something to be desired. Basically, what you're supposed to do is shoot at the zombie, make it frustrated, and then it will charge at you. But be careful where you stand, because you might think it's easy to get it to charge, hit a wall, and then it will just, you can shoot its spine, which is its weak point. But if you're not careful and stand too close to it, this will happen.
It was at this moment he knew. He messed up.
You see? It's garbage. The AI is garbage, but here's the thing. I actually really like this boss zombie. It's actually my favorite boss zombie on the game, and I genuinely like it more than the Mangler in the Treyarch games. I do. I genuinely do, because I think it's a really, really cool design. But that's just to say that just because I like it doesn't mean I can't find the flaws in it. And again, it's sad because it's clear that there was a lot of love and passion put into this project. It just didn't quite pan out the way that they wanted it to. But at the same time, this is where I'm going to end things. What did you think about this game? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you love this game, if you think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, I'm not here to change your mind. This is simply my opinion on the matter. And if you like it, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you hate it, please let me know in this comment section below. Let me know what you like or dislike about this game, and we can talk about it. And I'll be sure to bring it up in my next part of this video. Again, I am Reich. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. God bless, and may the Force be with you. Peace.